Okay, let's take a look at how to create a lesson in Blackboard Classroom. First, we're going to select our class, and you have to be an instructor, instructor level, you'll have to have instructor level permissions to do this. We're going to scroll down to the bottom of the landing page, and then we're going to create a learning activity. And now we're going to select lesson. And we'll name it a lesson on creating lessons, and a description. And then if you want the description to appear on the landing page, you can click here. So you don't want too much description if you're going to have it appear on the class page. And then what we're going to do is click on Save and Display. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is add a content page. So let's call this page Overview of Creating a Lesson. Okay, and let's say that we're going to want our students to read the Blackboard Classroom help page. Read this overview. Now I'm going to go over to that help page and copy our link, pop back over, paste it, and then connect our link. And I always like to click on Open a New Window so you don't lose your place in the lesson. All right. And you can put whatever you want here, and I'm going to go back and insert this video later. And I would do that by clicking on the media icon, clicking on video, and then usually I keep all our videos on YouTube. So I would add the YouTube link right in here, and it would insert media right into this page. But I'll go back and do that later. So I'll put, watch this video for more help. Okay. All right, now when I'm happy with this page, I can go down, and this is our link to the next page. So let's say we want to add a quiz here. Why should I use lesson activity? And we want this to jump to the next page. If we've already defined this quiz, you could actually link it right to a page that's named this. But we're just going to put it to the next page for now. Click on Save the Page. Okay, and this is where you can add subsequent pages. So here we've got our overview page, and if you wanted to edit it, you could edit it from here by clicking on this gear icon. But we're going to go over to Add New Page, and we're going to add a question. And you can add different kinds of questions, matching, numerical, short answer, true, false. But if you want this to be automatically graded, don't choose essay. If you want the student to create an essay, you're better off adding an assignment, because that will link directly to the Moodle Room's grader page, and it'll be easier for them to grade. So we're going to select multiple choice here. Okay, and we'll call it Why Should I Use Lesson Activities? Okay. And let's make this a multiple choice. So there'll be more than one correct answer. And then bear with me for a minute while I add my answers. Okay, now let's take a look at our quiz. Why should I use lesson activities? Please select all the correct answers. Okay, answer 1, it separates concepts into bite-sized chunks. Yes, we put that as correct. And then we've indicated that it needs to jump to the next page if that's selected. And it gives you a score of 1 for the student to get credit for a correct answer. So answer 2, you can insert quizzes to check for understanding. Again, this is correct, and the instructions are to jump to the next page with a score of 1. We have another correct answer in answer 3. You can build upon concepts learned during each lesson. Response is yes. And jump to the next page with a score of 1. So let's get to the wrong answer. You can print out the lesson for later review. So this is incorrect. If you wanted the student to be able to do this, you would choose the book resource located in the Resources tab of the Insert Activity pop-up. The books cannot contain quizzes, but if you wanted students to be able to print out the content, that's what you would select. So this is an incorrect response. And what you want it to do is jump back to the quiz page, and there would be a score of 0 because it was incorrect. And then they could try again when this jumped back to the quiz page. So if they select any of these, if they select this wrong answer, it will not let them go forward. Okay, let's save the page. Okay, now let's take a look and see what it looks like. We're going to preview it. So, why should I use lesson activity? And let's select them all so we can see what happened. So we've got the 3 correct answers and the 1 incorrect answer. We'll click Submit. And it will let the student know if their responses were right or wrong. And because they selected the wrong answer, when you click on Continue, it goes back so they can try again. Okay? And then if you select the correct answers and click Submit, actually, it'll let you continue to the next page. Okay, which happens to be our end of lesson unless we add another page. If we wanted to add another page, we could go back and click Edit. And then we could add a new page from here. So let's add another content page. We'll call it branching. And if you wanted to, you could have several ways you could branch. You could branch out given, say, the response to a quiz or a question. So if a student answered one way, it would branch to one page. If they answered another way, it would branch to another page. So that's an option if you'd like. But I'm just going to add a page here. And we're going to say we're going to take this to the end of the lesson. So congratulations, you've finished. And you want this to jump to the end of the lesson. And save the page. Always look for the Save Page button at the bottom. It'll save you a lot of heartache. Okay, so let's go back and let's take a look to see how this looks. And I went up to the breadcrumb trail because that's the easiest way to get around in Moodle. And we'll scroll down, and there is our lesson on creating lessons. We'll click on it. and it keeps track of where you've been in the lesson, but we want to see this from the beginning. Here's our overview with our link to the Blackboard help page. I'll insert this video later. And then here's the quiz. And we'll answer and you can see it's mixed things up a little bit. Okay, and you can set that. Okay, continue. Here it takes us to our branching lesson, and then congratulations, you've finished. And there's the end of the lesson.